Did you know there are sea serpents in the Bible? No, seriously, and they're right on page 1. Genesis 1:21, on day 5 of creation, the Bible says that God created, and depending on which version you have, it might be a little bit different. A lot of them will say sea creatures. The Old King James says great whales, but the Hebrew word is tananim, and it means sea monsters or sea serpents. And those creatures show up a little bit through the rest of the Bible story as well. They're in the plagues at Exodus. They're in the Psalms. You might even recognize the creature Leviathan from Job. Those are all variations of a sea monster or sea serpent in the Bible. And while that may sound really weird to us as modern Westerners, it actually made a lot of sense in the Bible's ancient context. A lot of cultures around the Bible used a sea monster as a symbol of chaos. They viewed the world through this lens of order versus chaos, and to them, the ocean or the sea was a very chaotic place. So they would symbolize that through a sea monster. We even see that in medieval maps, where if they didn't know where something was, they just put a sea monster right there, right? So the Bible's drawing on that cultural idea of a sea monster representing the chaotic nature that life can have. And a lot of those ancient myths, the gods would fight against those sea monsters in very violent battles to bring order into the world. But in the Bible's account, there is no fight. God just simply speaks the Tananim, the sea creatures, into existence. I think the message of that for us today is that God is still trying to bring order into the chaos of our lives. If that interests you, be sure to check out the first episode of our podcast series entitled The Stuff You Don't Know about Genesis, where we cover this on sea serpents and even more.